Wow, my hair looks a little bit crazy today. Also, I am wearing the silkiest robe in existence. I'm literally terrified that it's just going to fully slip off of me. Hello everyone, I am here today to share with you guys a video that I have wanted to do for a while now, and today is the perfect day because it is Chris and my wedding anniversary. Oh my gosh, how many of you guys have been around since I got married? Like, I put my wedding video up on YouTube. But I thought it'd be really interesting today to sit down and show you guys how I did my makeup for my actual wedding day and how I would do it differently, knowing the techniques and things that I like to do now, and kind of just do a side-by-side comparison, see how they look. So clearly, for example, I've already done my hair, so this is how I wore my hair for my actual wedding day. I did have extensions in, but those extensions died many moons ago, versus what I would do now, which is a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more beachy, more matte. That's kind of more my style now. So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of continue it into the makeup and see what it looks like at the end. So we'll talk about all that stuff, we'll put on makeup, and it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. Make sure you go and check out the RachhLoves Life video I did at the end of this video. I'll link it for you guys, where I am testing out Wish wedding dresses and my wedding dress. It's really fun. So give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos here every Thursday and Sunday. And without further ado, let's get into this. Plus, I have a beautiful, glorious zit right on my forehead. It's magical. Let's do the eyes first. It's, I think, what I started with. Genuinely, I don't really remember. I know what my makeup looked like, but there's so little of that makeup portion that I actually remember. I probably just blacked it out. There's too many important memories, I didn't have space for it. So let's start with the makeup for the wedding day side, the side that what I actually wore on my wedding day. So what I'm actually doing is applying the MAC Paint Pot in Bear Study. I loved this and Soft Ochre. That was my jam. Next we'll go into the eyeshadow, and I'm pretty sure that I would have probably use like an Urban Decay Nakeds palette, and my favorite was the original one. And since they don't make that anymore, let's go in with the Naked Reloaded. And I'm actually going to use this same palette on the other side, just using probably different colors and different techniques, but I kind of want to keep it to the same eyeshadow so it looks similar but a little bit different. So what I did is I kept my makeup for my wedding day super natural, like supernatural, like aliens, thinking, you know, that'll be more me and it'll just look really streamlined, like a little bit more than me, but you know, I'll add some lashes but keep everything else pretty neutral. But in the pictures it just translated to looking like I wore literally no makeup at all. So I'm taking a little bit of the shade Blur right here, and I'm just applying that into the crease. And I'm going to use the shade Bucked right here. I didn't really go out, I just went up. So it was more just like right here. I loved the L'Oreal Color Infallibles, these like little singles, and this is in Sahara Treasure, and I also have Time Resist White, and I liked these two shades a lot. Loved a strong inner corner highlight. Regular highlight, not so much. My major regret. Highlight was not a thing when I got married, which wasn't that long ago, but like highlight and brows still were not as big as they are now. Yeah, no, missed out on that train. And then I added some liner, felt tip liner, just to, honestly, I just did it so that I would cover up the mascara, or not mascara, the lash band, because I hated applying lashes. Honestly, I struggled with lashes until maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. That's when I really started to figure out my eye shape and how to apply them and make them look like they kind of blend into your lashes. And I didn't really do anything in terms of like a wing or anything like that. Like you don't practice a wing on your wedding day. That's not the time for wings unless you're really good at applying wings. And just for point of reference, I kind of stopped like right here, right at the corner. Then I went back. We're gonna do a little bit, probably of Endgame, just like that. Wow. All right, and then let's curl the lashes, because I think even back then I still went with the Shiseido eyelash curler, because this thing is everything. Only eyelash curler I will ever use. Ride or die. Forever and always. And then for mascara, I would have chosen a waterproof formula for the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. I really focused on the base, because that's what everyone always told you to do. Focus on the base, get it all in there, and then just like apply it to the rest, but really get in there at remember the wiggle, you know? Big technique, big mood. I had my sister apply my lashes because I was scared I was gonna get them wrong. She was like in an ice show for a number of years, and so she's really good at applying lashes. She really dislikes makeup, but she's good at applying lashes. I need to get her to buy me some makeup. I think that would be hilarious. And I'm going to trim these because I bet these are too long. Yup, this is a look. I feel like Snoopy right now. Like a little droopy eye. No, not Snoopy. What's the other guy's name? I forget. Something like this that has a very, very light band. I find that the best, like I've used these kind of things before that apply it. Honestly, I really like eyebrow tweezers, which can be super dangerous near your eyes, so please don't do this at home unless you have experience. But I kind of grip it in the middle away from the band a bit, because again, this could be a hazard. And I just kind of drop it right in the center. Usually I like to sit the lash a little bit, like almost sitting straight up and down, because I feel like it gives the eye just sort of this illusion of being open. But we did do that for my wedding day because my eyes were sort of like looking down, and my sisters are sort of like pop them on top. And then for brows, I don't even know what I did with for my brows. It was basically like brushing in some gimme brow and calling it a day. Now let's move on and do the other side with the way that I would do it now. So we'll start with an eyeshadow base, and I'm gonna use the Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer in Light. Oh, my brows are not in their greatest form right now. I'm very sorry, everyone. Oh, I need to pluck that one hair. You know when you just have that one that ruins the whole shape? Yeah, it's this guy. Ow! So I am going to start with a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to use, again, the shade Blur right here. I'm going to apply it a lot farther up. And I'm also, notice I close my eye and I raise my brow because I have a little bit of like a flap of skin. And so if I don't do this, it looks really awkward when I go like, or make any sort of visual expressions, because it looks like there's just like a little, I don't know, like an archway that moves up and down when I raise my eyebrows. I don't know if any of that just made sense, but it does in my head. So I'm just sweeping that less down and more up and out. And that's just going to make it look a lot more open. And I also, unlike this side, I basically go from about here and start like drawing an invisible line out and using that as sort of like where I want the eyeshadow to go versus like straight up. I really like it. And really, it's my wedding day, so. And I did my own makeup on my wedding day because I didn't trust anyone to do my makeup the way that I felt like I could do it. I had my makeup done before, and I had someone like as like a test drive type of thing do my makeup, and I hated it. It was just, I didn't look like myself. I had like these big fake looking lashes on, and nothing was blended right, and the color was off, and I just like, I didn't love how it looked, and I wanted to just do it myself because I'm a control freak. And now I'm going to take a mixture of Bucked and also Boundaries, again on the fluffy brush. And then what I would probably do, something like this, like a precision smudger, and I would take that same Endgame shade and I would make sort of a softer version of a wing. And I'll also start the smudging process underneath the eye and kind of see where I want it to extend from. And then I'm taking a tapered blending brush into Endgame again and just starting to deepen up the crease. It'll soften a lot in like more professional photos. And then again, taking a mixture of Bucked and Boundaries and applying it underneath the eye. And again, I do that more now than I used to because then I tend to use, I use less concealer underneath the eyes, which is a good thing. Then we'll do the Time Resist White in the inner corner again because I still love myself a good inner corner highlight. Now, an extra step that I'm gonna do is instead of doing just the liquid liner, I'm gonna do a pencil liner as well. And I'm going to tight line on the upper part as close to the lash line as possible. Then we'll do the liquid line as well, but I'm going to make sure I don't stop right where the white stops. I'm going to extend it a little bit further out and do it thicker on the outside and thinner towards the inside. For those of you that have gotten married, what is something you would have done differently if you could do it over again? I mean, I loved our wedding, and even though I wasn't like a huge fan of the makeup, like looking at the pictures, I still don't think I'd change anything. I really liked how everything was, the food, the entertainment, the people, everything was just incredible. The speeches were incredible. Like, oh, the best wedding. Then we're just gonna apply mascara as I normally would, applying it more towards the root, like not the roots, the tips of the lashes. And I'm also gonna add falsies, obviously. Just for me, anything that's like soft and fluffy and more towards the outer corner just suits me the most. Like, look how pretty that is. So fluffy. I don't want to wear these ones on my fake wedding day. Now, if it was me on my wedding day, knowing what I knew then, but with products I have now, I would have said go with the half lashes, because they're just so much easier to apply and they still give a really nice dramatic look. This is what the makeup is looking like right now, and I haven't done my brow yet on the new side because I want to get my face makeup on first and then do the brow after. But it looks so much better to me personally. Just want to flick this. Oh, this is dangerous territory. Don't do this on your wedding day. But I kind of want to flick out this wing because it's my faux wedding, my fwedding. And this is why you don't do that, Rachel. It isn't getting any pointier. It's just getting longer. All right, I think I saved it for the most part, but let that be a lesson and a warning. You can't save a wing on your wedding day. Don't try it. It's really starting to irritate me that it's not like perfect. And I like how I'm just ignoring my own advice. Okay, stop it, Rachel. On to the face makeup. For primer, I honestly don't remember which primer I used. My skin is different now than it was then. And I probably would have used something that was more like oil control. I had a lot of those like nodular acne spots that are super red and very prominent and painful. So that's probably what I would have used. Most important thing about primers is making sure you're using one that you know and you've used before and works well for you. For foundation, I definitely would have used the Double Wear from Estee Lauder. It's so good. It's so good. And I probably would have used, what would I have used for this? One of those like dense foundation brushes. Where are they? Here we go. Ugh, just got foundation on my phone. That's cool. And then I would have just plopped it on. Wait, which side? Oh, it's this side. I'm gonna put on a whole bunch on, just like so. And I don't even have to like really work around the brows that much because it didn't do much for them. Honestly, I would have no problems using this foundation again for my wedding day because it's so good. I probably wouldn't apply as much because I feel like this is going to crease pretty heavily if I'm not careful. And I probably would also go over it with a damp sponge before setting it just to kind of like take off any excess, you know? Oh, foundation in my hair. In my hair. Wow, Rachel, you're a disaster today. Well, bottom of my hair's orange now, everyone. To do with something a little bit different, I will also be doing a pore minimizer. So I'm using the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer because now I deal with pores, craters on my face. And then for foundation, I'm gonna use the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. This one has been great for me in terms of longevity. It's lasted all day through heat, through every possible weather situation. It's been awesome as well. And I'm gonna use my little Stands Out beauty sponge that my son has dipped in water. Cool. We're just gonna press it into the skin. Ta-da. Oh, they're a little bit different shade, but it's fine. And then for concealer on my wedding day, I'm pretty sure I would have used like the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind one. I really like it. I'm just gonna put that on. I think that was it. There might have been like a spot like that. Boop. I don't think I did any highlighting or anything with it. No, just like anywhere where I had like a spot to cover. And then just using like a sponge to blend it in. There we go. Ta-da! And then for the other side, I'm gonna go in with the Armani Retouch Matte High Precision Retouch. That's what it is. Shade 4. This to me is almost like a salmon tone. It really does a great job color correcting. Just putting a little bit of like the Cover FX Power Play concealer right on top, like a little blob. And then for my wedding day side, I would have gone in with just like a regular powder and a little fluffy brush and just sort of dusted it all over, just kind of, you know, dusting it on. And then for the now side, I'm going to go in with my cocktail of powders, if you will. Obviously, the formulas of powders have changed so much in the last couple of years, and there have been so many new ones that have come out that have really made a huge difference for me. So I'm going to be going in with the Elizabeth Arden High Performance Blurring Loose Powder, as well as the Fenty Lavender Loose Powder, and kind of mixing those together for underneath the eyes. And that's just going to counteract any yellowness that tends to happen with my concealers underneath the eye area. It always turns super yellow. And then setting the rest of my face with the Elizabeth Arden one with like a velour puff. All right, and then for the actual wedding day side, probably put a little bit of hula on. Look how big this hula is. I feel like I didn't put on a ton. Oop, almost wrong side. Like if you look at the photos, it looks like I have barely anything on. And then just a little bit of coral blush. Tarte, as an example, was one I frequented. I really tried to like layer up a little bit more blush than I would have normally, because I know that that can make a huge difference on camera. So that is what we're gonna try and do today. Can someone please remind me to go and get more of the butter bronzer in medium? Why do I keep forgetting? So I would normally use that, but since I can't, I'm gonna use a little bit of the Fenty Beauty bronzer. This is the Shady Biz one. I'm gonna use that one to add like just a little bit of contour, like a little bit. Just because it looks really pretty in photos, just like, you know the angle shot, right? Just like you wanna see those cheekbones like pop. So I'm gonna look at myself head on so you can kind of see where the shadows are. And then I like a nice, like a glowy bronzer. So I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Baked Luminous Glow Bronzer in Sweet Tea. And I'm gonna apply that to the rest of my face. Where is my favorite brush? Where's my favorite brush? Ah, found it. Scary. My wedding day. Vol days. I love a really good bronzy glow. And make sure that if you do apply a lot of bronzer, that you match your neck and like your chest area if that's open in your particular gown, because you need everything needs to flow. One solid color, my friends. Then for blush, I'm gonna go in with the Buxom Primer Infused Blush in Mykonos. This is such a beautiful color. I almost lost it for a minute and I was really sad, but then I found it again because Luke put it in with the mascaras. My son likes to rearrange my makeup when I'm not looking. And again, looking at my skin head on, I like to concentrate all of the color at the back and kind of bring it forward. And then, oh, brows. Yes, that needs to be done. So I'm going to be using my Sigma Fill and Blend brow pencils, light, and I have medium, and I like to blend the two of those together. Oh, it's already making a huge difference. Brows, man, they really do define the whole face. And then we're gonna set it, 24-hour brow setter, as usual. Did I set my brows on my wedding day? In half the pictures, it didn't look like it. I used the Wonder Beauty Mile High Club mascara. This makes the lower lashes look like they're just like Rapunzel lower lashes. Oh, so much so that I have gotten some underneath my eyes. Cool. Not on my wedding day. Ugh. I know I keep joking that it's my wedding day, but this is actually really fun. Now I'm going to get a clean eyeshadow brush and I'm just going to dip it into the Fenty powder. And I'm just gonna dust that right under where the lashes would hit, right underneath my eye. For any of you girls that get like dots of mascara, this is for you. That is me, and it happens constantly, and I find when I do this, it like entirely eliminates them. It's amazing. I'm gonna pop on a little bit of highlight, and I didn't have this highlight back then, but I have it now. And what I've been doing recently that has really stepped up my highlight game is instead of just looking at it and then just applying it, I'll like do a little smile like that, like a smirky smile. And like doing that, it pops the cheekbones forward a bit, and then I highlight that area because you're smiling so much on your wedding day. And I find that how the light reflects my highlight changes depending on if I'm smiling or not. And since I'm mostly smiling, I want the highlight to pop when I'm smiling. And I'll just sort of like swoop it. I find that gives like the best, most like natural, unnatural looking glow. I want it to be natural, but not that natural. And now I'm just going back and just adding in a little bit more of the boundaries and bucked underneath the eyes, just to kind of smoke it out in case anything kind of shifted from the concealer. Just make sure if you're gonna do this after mascara, make sure the mascara has dried. Learned that the hard way. And then let's add a little bit of like a nude liner on the waterline. This 100% isn't necessary, but I feel like this would just make my eyes look wider and more awake. And then on the lips, I applied the MAC lip pencil in Boldly Bare, followed by Bare Minerals Sugar Gloss on the new side. And then on the old side, I started out with that, but it felt just a little too glossy for what I had on my actual wedding day. So I went back and I found more of a mauve tone lip liner. And so this, my friends, is what we're working with. So on the actual wedding day side, I had sort of like a half up thing. Obviously, it was a lot better done because it was done by a professional and not me in 3.5 seconds. And then my wedding dress. But if you want to see the full wedding dress, check out the video on RachhLoves Life where I tested out which wedding dresses and compared them to my own, because then you get to see the full effect if you're interested. But I think moving forward, I'm going to do a little bit more clothing stuff on this channel, not so much on RachhLoves Life. It just, because I'm doing makeup today on this channel and it's my wedding anniversary, just kind of made sense. I do new videos on RachhLoves Life every Saturday. We test out hacks. We do productivity hacks, sleep hacks. We do cooking. We test out tasty recipes. We do a whole bunch of good stuff. Lots of declutters too. And renovation projects. Oh my gosh. All the renovations. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section which side you like better. Do you like the more natural, softer makeup look? Do you like the more glam? I wear this more to events and I wore this on my wedding day. So let me know what you guys prefer. Oh, I didn't even do a shoulder highlight. It's fine. It's not my actual wedding day. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are having an awesome, awesome weekend, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Love you all. Mwah.